Yo, good people of the internet. I'm Jay Raphael here with my brothers Montel, Skrilla, and D. Marl, and you're listening to the Talk 100 Podcast.
You are listening to Talk 100 with TEL-SCRILLA, D. Marl, and Jay Raphael. Tune in every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Friday night, February the 19th, 2021. And this is what we do. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, notification, all that good stuff. What we do here every Friday night is we put the current events and trending topics on the chopping block, mixed in with other things, and we give our perspectives, our opinion. And we always make sure we keep it a buck. Check us out online at Talk1hunnid.com, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Twitch at Talk, the number one, HUNNID. Thanks for being here on a Friday night and giving us your support. If you want to link up with us and be a part of the conversation, you can catch the live show on our website by clicking the live link in the navigation bar. Hey, fellas, before we start it off, I want to give a big old shout out to a legendary rapper, actor, producer, songwriter, Prince Marky D. Dead at 52 years old. Tough one, man. You know, his contribution and his legacy will live on forever. We'll chop it up about that in a minute. But with that being said, I also want you to think about what Black history means to you. What do you do to keep Black history alive for the next generation? Is it important? You ain't got to answer that, but just put that in your brain. What's up with y'all, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's happening?
Chilling, man. Whole bunch going on. Y'all know, how was y'all week?
Well, for me, I'm down here in Houston, Texas, where this winter storm and this outage has been taking presence here, and it's showing up a lot of things. First of all, there's unfortunately, some people did lose their lives, and the state was unprepared, and of course, I found out exactly why. And it comes down to just a couple of things here. But what I will say is the water situation has just come back today, Thursday. It was out since Monday night, and power is, for the most part, I believe 95% restored. But it's been on and off and rolling blackouts all week long here since Monday, when that storm hit, when it went to about 19 degrees here, which is unprecedented for where we from, and from Detroit and all the northern Midwest states.
Yes,
but
it's definitely a humanitarian crisis going on down there, man. A lot of people need help. Like I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just
you good, man.
Make sure we put that message out there how people can help. I know you down there, you in the thick of things. Like how can people help? Like, is there donation links, or what are some ways that people can just help y'all out, help out the people of Texas?
Well, as far as I know, they have FEMA, who's already opened up, and they're supposed to. So I guess the connection would be to FEMA, and then as far as the news outlets, they have those, which we can make that available online, of course. I mean, in any links for people to click on as far as that. But really, FEMA is going to come in. Heard from President Biden, said he actually supposed to be down here next week, but working with Governor Abbott, who is definitely at the forefront and taking a lot of the heat for this situation too. And I would say, I found out that Texas, they actually, one of the things about Texas, I'll just say this real quick, they love to just be independent of all the rest of the states. In essence, that's kind of their whole motto, the Texas way. And so what happens is they kind of stand at it alone on certain things. But see, you can come back and it can bite you in the butt So what happened was in 1935, or is it Franklin Roosevelt, he signed that Federal Power Act, which governed the electricity sharing between states. So like Michigan and Ohio, whether anybody knows this or not, they have power grids and everything, and they share, and the government regulates the sales between those states, but they also regulate the power just in case, and of the state lines, just in case things happen. Texas wasn't a fan of federal intrusion, so they set up their own power grid, which is called ERCOT in 1970. And that's there's some power grids between the eastern part and north and this part of west part of Texas. But they didn't regulate some things right. They tried to pass some. They wanted to pass some legislations, like the mayor from Houston, on setting up some backups for for the power grids and all of that stuff. Basically, they didn't do it, and it wasn't regulated. And what happened? Well, we don't. And then the first thing we heard on Tuesday, right after everything, oh, we haven't had cold weather like this since about 10 years ago. Well, I haven't had an accident in my car in 8 years ago. What does that have to do with me having insurance?
So listen, what about this? I've been seeing that a lot of people was suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning, like 300 plus people, man. People pulling their
Correct.
grills in the house and generators and stuff.
Yeah, what they were doing, J. Ralph and Skrilla, because they're not conditioned to the weather. Mom's is down here with me, so we are familiar with certain things to do. First of all, a lot of people, we all had to sleep in our cars. I had to do that for 2 days because inside the house, the apartment, power is completely out. Hotels, a lot of their powers were out. But what you had is people who were homeowners. There was a lot of incidents that came in where they left the house and did the same thing, tried to sleep in their car, but the car's in the garage. And some of them, it wasn't registering to them. Well, you can't start the car up, not crack the garage door. And it was like with some women with kids, different things like that. And a lot of them did that because they were trying to stay safe and keep the door down, but have the car started. So you have people pulling in full-fledged pits, barbecue pits, and lighting a fire in there, which is a complete no-no, of course. But it was like they went into desperate times, calls for non-fully thinking measures, I guess. It's just been bad. It's been bad.
Skrilla, what you thinking, man?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I hope that everybody make it through, bro. I mean, to them, it's a challenge to get that infrastructure together.
Yeah, I just watched the video prior to coming on, and it was this black family. They was all standing around the kitchen sink, and they was running water out of the faucet, and they put the camera on the water, and it was all these little bugs, these little parasites in the water, hundreds of them. And they said that because of the grid and everything is down, that the water treatment plants are shut down as a result.
All the lines frozen.
Yeah, man. So they saying don't do nothing. Don't brush your teeth with the water. Don't wash your hair with don't do nothing with the water.
We've been boiling it. Yeah, we're still on a boil alert. They put that out too on that part of it. Once the water once it did come back up, they were saying that. So yeah. And so now, they're talking about passing legislation on the management of having certain things in place. It's basically, you mentioned this before, J. Raff, with the pandemic. How are we in the situation where, oh man, this just happened, but I guess you know what? We did really need to put this in place. Meanwhile, this is the energy corridor, and they make billions of dollars. So it's a lot of selling of energy and billions of dollars being made, but no accountability on backups. Who suffers from that when that's not in place on the infrastructure? Are citizens. You have 4 million people in Houston and 28 million people here in Texas, 4.1 million out of power. And then more than that, numbers are a little different throughout the rest of Texas.
Yeah, well, we want to make sure that we send our love and prayers down there, man. If anybody, you got family in Texas, man, and I would say just to help people keep them updated. And like, we go through stuff like this. It's not really like a big crisis to people in Michigan. We know how to handle this type of weather. So that means there's an abundance of stuff on the shelves for us to get prepared for winter. Send
Correct.
your folks an electric blanket or something, or, something like that for times, the stuff in the closet. You never know, man. But as
Yeah,
far as
but definitely I appreciate it, man, because I know I kept you in the loop, J. Ralph, earlier this week, let you know what's going on. So yeah, I was been hanging in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not too far off from stuff I may have had to deal with before, obviously. But
no doubt.
yeah, so yeah, we just praying for the families too that definitely lost everything. And then some of them lost their lives, unfortunately. So
Yeah, definitely. And people still without power. I think earlier today I saw it was still
yeah,
almost 200,000 people still without power. That's
yes, it's
typical
down to
here
that
in Michigan.
last 5% or so. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And we hear that all the time. Any storm, it's like, oh, we got 300,000 people without power. It's just how it go here in Michigan. You know that. But hey,
Yeah.
this COVID, man, another crisis. Like we got another, that one on top of this COVID thing. I've been seeing a lot of information. Skrilla, you sent me that story about the anchor who passed away the day after she took the vaccine, and we've been talking about that, over the past weeks. You got any thoughts about that since it done had a couple days to sink in?
I mean, I think initially people want to be able to have something that they can fall back on to kind of give them that reassurance, against COVID. But I don't know, maybe talk to your doctor first or really get some good information about it. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's safe, because this is the thing. We've been hearing about people dying shortly after. At first, it was just the elderly, but now it's young people.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, people are getting the vaccine for a virus that is deadly. However, most people that contracted, they recover. They have over a 90% recovery rate. So you got to kind of weigh your options.
Right. And that's what I was thinking too, man. Are people even talking to their doctors, man? Like people, I see these lines of people trying to get these shots, but do they even? Are they on any other medication? Have you talked to your doctor about the drugs that you already taking and how it might interact with whatever is in these ingredients in these vaccines? That's another thing. Like, are you even hearing anything about what's in this shot? What is it? I know they talked about it before, but we hear just vaccine, take the shot. But why don't they promote what we actually putting into our body?
And my whole complaint about this whole COVID and how they've been handling is, you get a lot of misinformation. So I seen a campaign where it looks like certain powers that be are trying to exemplify, like basically like people dying because of bad judgment, and not taking the COVID vaccine or just not taking COVID serious. I think it's a thin line. You have those that just are skeptical of the whole scenario of putting something in their body that they don't know. And shoot, we've been over a year now surviving COVID, and it's not really been any concrete evidence scientifically to basically persuade you one way or the other if you're on the fence, and it's kind of weird. Now, Fauci is wearing 2 masks and they're recommending that. And it's just kind of like, wait a minute now, he went from we didn't have to wear a mask to, oh, wear your mask. Now they say you might want to double up and take the vaccine, and you still possibly could get COVID or die from the vaccine and not COVID.
Yeah.
So, and meanwhile, you have people that's testing positive with this test and then taking another test and it's negative, and it just,
exactly.
It's a lot of questions,
so that's what
bro.
happened to my sister.
A lot of questions.
Right. This week, that's what happened to my sister. I told y'all last week that she tested positive. from like a rapid test. It was like a 10-minute thing, right? And then she went and got a second test like 2 days later, and it took 2 days for her to get that one back. And when she got that one back, it was negative, and they told her that the people who did it prior to this test was inaccurate, and there's no way that you can, like, they just giving out a lot of information against other medical professionals. Everybody's not on the same page, you know. And today I saw that it was like 60 million total administered vaccines up until this point. So if it's so apparent that we take this vaccine, then how come it's going so slow? It's more than 60 million people who want
Well, I think
it.
it's a numbers thing with the vaccines, huh? With the dosage amount coming from those companies. Who was it? Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and the third one.
Well, now they're saying that I think by spring or summer that they'll have enough vaccines for everyone to take it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see the high demand. It's like on one end, you know, you hear about the deaths and, you know, the uncertainty, and, you know, they have paid people to basically go on TV and radio to tell black folks, oh, you know, well, this is not another Tuskegee experiment, so take the vaccine. But I haven't seen anyone in the medical profession actually tell us that, you know, in a sense. You know, it's been like a lot of foundation or nonprofit organizations and different things, and just
Bill
people.
Gates.
It's like, bro, I'm not convinced, to be honest with you. And
about taking it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, why?
Neither am I, man. I'm not convinced. I'm not just totally blown away and trying to get to the front of the line. I'm just not, man. Straight up.
They've got 41.9 million people who have received at least that first dosage, and they got 17 million that has been fully vaccinated, according to CDC, as far as both vaccinations. Like I said, I got a buddy of mine who's said his immune system doesn't feel different, but so it's hit or miss by the person, I guess, who takes it on what happens behind it. You know, only how obviously he's a first responder, but because they still have the order of how it's got to go.
It's almost like people are saying, oh yeah, I took the vaccine, I don't feel anything different. And here's the thing, you don't know if it's even working, you know. So it's like it's no telltale sign, right? Because on one end they're telling you, oh yeah, take the vaccine. Well, it's not 100%. You know, it's almost like that out, but then the way they kind of got it set up, you got to get doses. But even with that second dose, it's only good for 5 months. So do I have to keep getting it every so often? You know, so if I get that first shot and then I get the second one, and then, okay, I'm good for 5 months, but I still got to wear my mask. I still got to practice social distancing. And then do I go for a second round? So am I up to 4 shots a year? You know, and what strain does that protect me against? Does it protect me from the first strain or the second strain? You know, it's just like a lot of uncertainty. And I mean, to each his own. You know, I'm not, you know, preaching against it or for it, but I mean, I'm not convinced, you know.
Yep, I totally agree, but we'll be right back in a minute.
Yeah, this is your boy TEL-SCRILLA, and you are listening to Talk 100. Catch us every Friday night at 9 p.m. on Twitch. Just search NCG Media, and on YouTube, Talk 100, and Facebook, Talk 100.
Now, I saw that Senator Ted Cruz jumped on the plane and rolled out, left everybody behind in Texas, man. What's up with that guy?
Well, he's back now. He turned back around after after everything hit social media.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he had a trip planned. He's from Houston to Cancun, and there was other people on their way to Cancun too. But a few people that were on there. But you know, they aren't a senator though. So you hear with your constituents, same people that um, you just help, that helps you get in the office and everything else. As we know, leaders always get held accountable to a different way, different level, as far as when things happen, even if it's just comfort or, hey, are you on the lines holding ERCOT and the state responsible? Like, hey, what are we doing? Do the citizens see you doing that? That's where that comes from. We understand it's vacation time, especially after you just came from Washington, helping to make sure that you put your vote in, which is another story about, to not convict Trump, which is okay. That's your buddy. But you got back here and your state went into a weather crisis. Now now it's vacation time. But of course he spent it and said he was doing a responsible thing, just wanted to make sure his daughters got there safely on the plane. Then he got back on the plane and was going to come back. That's what he said. Kind of like if you went and dropped off Junior, J. Ralph, over to your mother's house, and I just want to make sure he got there safe, and then I'm heading on back home.
And left the dog at home. He was getting
That's what he
roasted
said.
about that. He left his dog at home, and people was going crazy. I seen something about Hillary Clinton was commenting about that. I thought that was crazy because it's like they always try to jump on something. Not saying that, I don't feel a certain way about that as a dog owner, but it's like they know what can do the most damage. They know
They know what kind of trigger points to put out there.
PETA will get involved, and all of these animal rights people will get involved and just amp up the set. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy how they use their little strategies
to talk around the real issue,
right?
The real issues. I mean, this to me, this is a telltale sign of us not demanding that our elected officials work for us. You get what I'm saying? And that to me is part of the problem. It's just like, okay, I support him because he's this, or I support this person because they're that. But then we don't hold them accountable to really serve us. It's just like, used to enter public office to serve the people. Now it's just it's a career. It's a way to, look out for your cronies and different things like that. And I think that's a big issue, bigger than the dog. Like, wait a minute, man, we don't demand anything. We elect officials, that run on certain platforms and say, oh, when I get in office, I'm going to do this. And then when they get in there, say, oh, well, I can't do that. Like, wait a minute, so I think, the campaign should continue even after we elect these officials to make sure that we hold them accountable, because guess what? If it comes to me saving my family and I got certain resources that the common citizen doesn't have, if I can hop on a private jet and go somewhere to another country, you don't think they're gonna do it? They planning to go to Mars, bro.
I agree, man. I totally
They got some people
that.
definitely want to go out of space.
Straight up. Hey, speaking of outer space, did y'all see the rover land on Mars this week? What was that, yesterday or today, Montel?
I think it was yesterday.
I think it was the 18th.
So.
Yep, it was 203 days ago. That boy took off from Florida, and I think it was July the 30th. I think that's what it said, and it traveled 293 million miles.
Wow.
To Mars. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. So this is supposed to be the most advanced rover ever, according to I forgot where I picked that was the article.
Yeah, they're expecting to get some serious data back, huh?
Well, I mean, they can get a lot. It's got 23 cameras on this rover, sending photos back of the whole trip, and it's supposed to be able to send samples back to Earth of the just like the last one, of the soil and all that type of stuff, digging deep down so that they can like find like little bio life, little stuff, it's crazy. And it lasts the whole year, a Mars year. And that's like 2 years for us, right? Like 680 something days. Earth days is equal to 1 Mars year.
They spin a little. Actually, they spin around our sun faster faster than us, right? So their year is shorter than ours.
It's no, it's double. I mean, for us, it'll be almost 700 days.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean,
I think they already over there. They already got stuff going on, and they just showing us. They never gonna show us the real big stuff. Of course, they're
Well,
gonna
You
tell
don't think
us
they
that.
will? You don't think
I
they'll
have
show
an
us the
issue,
the
bro.
real
I have
deal?
an issue with this whole thing.
What?
Why did it look just like I imagined it would look?
Well, because you grew
In
up
other
in the
words,
80s.
huh?
Because you grew up in the 80s.
I'm just saying, man, like it just looked like the moon, but a different color.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm not convinced that that's the real Mars.
Like, why would you travel 293 million miles away for data and all of that? And if you haven't even already, did the moon like that even.
Mm.
You know what I'm
That's something to think
saying?
about. That's definitely something to think about.
I'm just saying, bro, it looked just like the moon but just a different soil.
Yeah.
Let's see what they come back with. They may
With a-
have some serious data to hit us with.
With a Photoshop filter on top of it. I know what you're saying. Definitely what it looked
I'm
like.
just keeping it real, bro. Like I did not see anything that surprised me. You understand me? And it's just kind of weird to me. Like that, if you look at that picture, it looked just like the moon that they show us. I'm not a flat earther, but I don't believe that we see the real Mars. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they haven't been, but I just go back to I heard a lady in an interview that says that she had to sign a non-disclosure
Mm-hmm.
when going up to the Space Center
Mhm.
because of things she may see that would surprise her and yada yada yada. It's just like every time you see the Earth, it's the same picture, it's the same different things like that, right?
Yep.
But show me the moon, show me Mars moon. You know what I'm saying? So show me something that, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally, when I seen that picture, dude, I just was like, bro, that's how I imagined it would look.
Mm-hmm. Why is that
Anyway.
not important though? That's what I don't understand. Why is what you said like why is it not important if you got updated pictures of the moon, for example? Why is it not important for that to be viral content? Like you would see it everywhere. If they say, yeah, we was
It
just here
seems too-
yesterday, or these are
too-
pictures from the satellite yesterday, or our telescopes, whatever they taking pictures of, you know what I mean, these planets with.
People might not have the trust that it's accurate or that's like, man,
I mean, somebody asked a real question, like, why haven't we been back to the moon? You know, and they tried to say that basically they did not keep the data to return, because you got to think that none of those scientists that allegedly that had the information to get to the moon, they weren't U.S. citizens. They were German engineers. So I guess they trying to say that when they died, that basically the information died with them, which that's not true.
You know that ain't true. Y'all done killed people for way less than that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't know, bro. I seen that picture and I seen them jumping and all excited. And I was like, that's exactly how I thought it would look without ever seeing any close-up pictures. That's exactly how, when they show that Mars from the telescope, and then when you see it land, it just looked like the moon, bro. It just looked like the moon with red soil. So you mean to tell me that all the planets are the very exact color that we see from millions of miles away? Okay.
Mhm.
And it's all just flat, and I mean not flat, but it's just all just dirt up there. Like, I don't know, bro. It seems kind of weird.
Now, have you seen that the show that was on, I think it was Amazon, Mars? It was probably like 2 or 3 seasons. I think just 2.
It looked just like that,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah.
Like it was like in a movie, like Hey,
It
I
was
don't
cool
know.
though. It was like it was kind of like it was kind of dope. I wish they had did it better and kept it going, but somebody will eventually.
Yeah, that's one of those things, bro. We just have to,
It-
I mean, see what they say after the. I would be interested to see what they say that they dug up in the soil and just different things like that. Um, dude, I mean, just imagine, like they say they went what is it, 2 million miles, 200 million.
293,
200 mil.
300 mil, basically 300 million miles away in 203 days. That's how long it took for the thing to travel there. Like that's
Unmanned,
it's got a little
you know.
helicopter on top
Well,
of
they're
the
not going.
joint
Yeah, I
that flies
don't. Oh
around.
man, yeah, I don't
Listen,
know that they're gonna.
Look though, they
Are
got
they
a
even ready yet to put another man up on there?
listen though, they got a little helicopter on top of this little rover that flies around the atmosphere up there and sends data back. And they're calling it like the
okay.
first helicopter
But
to
if you
ever.
knew what the atmosphere was made of, then wouldn't you know what the soil was made of, right? I mean,
I
hey,
don't
you
know.
know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That's a little
I'm
too
I'm not a
smart for me.
scientist. Let's put that disclaimer out there, but
Straight
I
up.
am not completely convinced of even the moon situation. And I'm not no conspiracy theorist, but I'm just kind of like, bro, every time you see the same picture of Earth, you see the same picture of the moon. And bro, I could have guessed and told you that that's what Mars looked like.
hmm
I don't know. Call me crazy, but I don't know. I'm not convinced, bro.
Neither
I
am
just feel
I.
like with space debris, with turbulence, just think you ever been on a plane because they could manage the turbulence at 300 miles. Dude, you realize, like, I don't know.
Craziness.
Crazy.
But we shall see. We'll be back in a few seconds.
You are listening to Talk 100 with TEL-SCRILLA, D Murdoch, and Jay Raphael. Tune in every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now, hey man, I ain't no gangster, nothing like that, man. But from what I thought, ever since back in the day, like women, children, and elderly people used to be off limits when it came to like the rules of the streets. You know what I mean? And Skrilla, you sent me this story about my man. What's his name?
Honeycomb brazy.
Honeycomb braids.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because I saw this video last week of him in the with the golden chopper and with Jay Prince and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. The next week this went down, but then you kind of like get into his story a little bit, you know, and you see that he had a colorful past, you know, in and out the system since what, 13 years old, violent, you know, this and that.
I mean, shoot, I seen a live with him getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see him, you know, with his homeboy holding up the Kobe jersey,
Mm-hmm.
and then then he gets in the car. His homeboy gets in the car. They close the door, and you see him look over to the left hand side, and then all of a sudden you just hear the gunshot, pop, pop. And I'm not talking like
Wow.
10 or 15. You hear, and
Really?
the phone just blacks out, but you can still hear. He's getting shot on live, and these dudes did this in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he went through his whole thing, going to the hospital. He was hurt. He was pretty much, they almost killed him. And the way they rolled up on him, they tried to kill him. You know what I'm saying? And then you fast forward a few months later, or a year or more, or whatever, and then the reports that I've been hearing was the fact that someone walked into his grandmother's house, his grandparents' house, shot him, killed him or whatever, shot him, then set the house on fire with them in it. Now, at some point, you know, somebody wants you dead, and if they couldn't get to you, whatever that first situation was, I think is related. But this is some, I honestly, the way that sounds, it does not sound like somebody from the block that's just, you know, want to do something to you. It sounds like maybe he might have messed the plug money up or whatever. Like it gotta be a he to the point where he greenlit, where they got some real bread on his head and they like, yeah, we gonna get you.
Yeah,
this is like crazy, bro. Like that's that smoke you out. Oh, we can't get you. Okay, we finna get them.
Right.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys is relentless, or whatever he did. You know, whatever kind of, this ain't no regular beef where we don't like them over there. Like, oh, okay, we can't get you. All right, we finna get your grandparents, and that's a you know, that's a hard pill to swallow. I think he put something up on Instagram, kind of, you know, sharing his thoughts about his grandparents and everything like that. And he kind of alluded to the fact that, you know, what happened to them may have been, a result of something that he may have done.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows what, you know, of course the streets talk, but you know what I'm saying? It's all alleged at this point. But I mean, that's a serious op. Well, there ain't nobody shooting your mama house up, your grandparents' house up, which that's bad enough. Right. But this was like, oh yeah, we coming in here to kill him. So this gonna hurt you.
I just seen a video with his family where I guess the news was talking to his family. It's like a 10-minute clip on and it was like, I guess it sounded like the girl who was screaming in the video. Maybe it was her in front of the camera, it seemed like. But it was another family member, a bunch of family members. But they were saying that one of the girls said that the neighbors said that somebody was shooting from the outside in the beginning. And then they went and set the house on fire. So, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
it's just never ending. It's just, wow.
Right, dude.
I mean, either way is bad because if they weren't dead and you set them their house on fire with them a lot, you know, like. But I heard they were shot.
Yeah, I heard that too. First, that was the first thing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just terrible, man. What you say, D? It's never ending.
Yeah, this is something that, like I said, man, this is something that they really was like, okay, we can't get you. We're going to get your people. And I don't know how true this is, but I seen some reporting to the fact that they had called them on FaceTime and let them see it, you know? So it's like, wow, like, dude, they want you dead.
Yeah,
they want them young men dead. I hope, you know, whatever the case may be, he make it out and just whatever. I mean, that's something that you know, because if you retaliate, you know, you throw your life away. You know, it's just kind of like a no-win situation because I don't think he can just walk away. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he can't cooperate with the people because he say he a gangster. So if that's not a situation, then it's just kind of like he a dead man walking.
Yeah, that's
unless he retaliate, you know, because they don't seem to be letting up on the dude. So
what was the reason for him coding his AK-47 in gold? What was the purpose of that? To have a gold gun?
No, that was Jay Prince's gun. He just was,
camera,
you know,
man.
in the video with him.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, it's a beautiful gun.
Beautiful gun, straight up.
Yeah. So I don't know. This just, I guess, video sake or whatever. I think Jay Prince got that for his birthday, and I guess he, you know, put it in his video, and you know, it was, you know, I would have liked to hold it too.
Yeah, that boy
and shoot it.
Yeah, but it's like something off the video game, man. You know,
exactly.
Dope. But look though, speaking of dead man walking, a lot of people say that about your boy Meek Mill. So You think he gonna be able to bounce back from this latest little episode of him in the media with 6ix9ine last week calling him 100? You know what's, and then just the way he reacted. Did you end up seeing the footage? D?
Yeah.
Did you see? You said you saw it, Montel? What you
Yeah, I
think?
saw it. I mean, I don't know, bro. These cats with these, man.
It might be staged. Sorry about that,
You a
J-Rap.
rapper. You're a rapper. Just rap, bro. You just got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess he wants to just push this line like he's a gangster. And bro, it's I don't know. I just think like, bro, from my perspective, it is a thing that where, bro, you just get your money, man. The guy snitched, you know. You work for a company who allegedly the president of Rock Nation, she cooperated with the feds. And
She
I
did
think
her
that
own
was
little thing, huh?
yeah. So it's kind of like you want to point the finger at this young man, but then the person that signed your check did the same thing. So you don't call them out on that. So because why? The money situation. So now your morals is compromised because now it's, that was one of the people that got pardoned a few weeks ago by Trump. The president of Rock Nation, the Perez the lady. So, so now it is, the person that cash your check, that write your check, they cooperated with the feds. You didn't call them out, but you want to call this guy out, I guess, for likes. And I think that's the line that 6ix9ine is pushing. Why blackball me? Because I snitched.
He 6ix9ine trying to stay relevant. He battling social media just like Meek Mill is battling social media.
With the Kobe line and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was what you think about that? Now is that all fair game, or is it too soon, or what? What you think about that?
That was a little bit too low for me.
Did you hear the line, D-Mara?
Yeah, should have left that alone. With Kobe. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, people
that's the way I feel about that. It's just leave that alone. But they are just they can't help it. They can't help it with social media. They have to do it. And plus everybody's panicking. Well, not everybody, but a lot of the artists are panicking.
Well, hold up. Stay on that. What you said with the social media, like you saying that when you say they can't help it, what you saying? Just like being extreme or just trying to get a rise?
Well, they already have a rise. I mean, Meek Mill is a known artist.
Well, I'm just talking about with the antics, like
Oh, with the antics?
Yeah.
Because these antics it's helping push the relevance, and then to them, in essence, their brand or whatever. Because to them, it is too easy. It's like quicksand. It's too easy to be forgotten. So they're in a panic mode. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do this week? I got to be seen, got to be heard. It don't matter. I got to say something crazy or stage something. Some guy like this is how they are scared to death. It never used to be like this.
Yeah.
It's sad, bro, because I mean, at the end of the day, man, it makes them look lame, but I guess that's
that's what I'm saying. It's just it's very desperate. It's very just, oh man, it just it just reeks of desperation.
That can get you taken out the game, and that's why they try to, prove so hard that they a certain way. And I don't know. I just think that Meek Mill, he stuck his hand in something that he didn't expect it to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Especially him trying to get back out here too. He trying to pick on my man because he thought he was a clown and he'd be able to, just
easy target.
Yeah, just for his little jokes or whatnot. I don't know, man. It's like one day Meek Mill be like, pro-black and all this, and then the next day he back a gangster, and it's like you just look like you just acting, man.
It is, and that's the thing, bro. I mean, people from his hood say he wasn't fit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really in that world. He was just like a little dirty kid that could rap riding a dirt bike. Now
Yeah.
he the biggest gangster and jumping
Yeah.
Quentin. What was the cat, the ghostwriter for Drake?
Yeah,
And
yeah, right.
I always, I
Backfired.
come from the school where, gangsters was smart. I haven't seen him do anything smart. You know what I'm saying? When he handled the Drake thing, he jumped out there in his
Backfired.
feelings. He wasn't smart when it came. I ain't seen him do nothing smart, bro. Only thing he do, I like a few of his songs, but man,
Everything backfired on him.
everything always backfire on him. It's like, bro, this is a strategic game, and everything you do is kind of stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which to me, I'm like, dude, I look at them the same way as 6ix9ine, just two clowns trying to be relevant in a game to where, what I'm saying, they may be losing some ground with the music industry or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it sets a bad example for the kids, like, was we gonna talk about the Shot of Prince thing? Or is it too
No, go ahead.
pretty much?
No, lay it out.
I mean, basically they he said that his crash was due to him being shot at and some guys running down on him. And he just kind of, to me, he put out a very fair statement. And he's saying, look, I don't know why, because that looked like a hit, sound like a hit. Somebody run you down on the freeway, shoot you, your car turned over, and they keep shooting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is just luckily he made it out safe and alive. But, he didn't hit the internet and try to, oh man, whoever done that. No, like, he just was like, hey man, I don't got no beef. I ain't in the streets, bro. Can we work this out? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It may be a misunderstanding or whatever the case may be, which to me was a smart thing to do, but, he kind of said, hey man, we don't have to kill each other. Hey, let's work this out. And I think to me, that's the right thing to do. But
Yeah, he at least want to talk about it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, hey man, I ain't no gangster like that, man. Why you running down on me? Because it wasn't a robbery. If you just shoot my car up, like, that's a statement.
So I ain't heard nobody talk about the bullets in the car though.
Yeah, you can,
Like what? Like if is the car shot up? Like
I didn't see the car.
I think I saw a report or something somewhere, but I didn't. The police was trying to make it seem like he was lying. But they didn't never say nothing about any bullet holes in the car. I mean, that would just prove that somebody was shooting at least.
Yeah, I did not see the car. It came to me just like, the article, basically stating that, he had been shot.
I'm sure he was shook up after that car flipped or whatever happened. You was driving that car the way I saw it look. I'm sure you was shook up.
I would have been.
Heck yeah. We hit a dog. Remember that dog we hit, D-Mara? We was
Oh
shook
man,
up
don't
from
remind me.
that
That was traumatizing.
Yeah. We driving back from Kansas City, man, and hit a doggone dog. I was driving at about 5 o'clock in the morning on I-70. Crazy times, man, back in the day. We're gonna have to tell them that story one of these days, D-Mara.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're gonna talk about a little bit about what's going on in the world of sports. As soon as we come back, Michael Jordan made the news this week. It was his birthday this week, actually, and so a couple of things he's doing with NASCAR and with for COVID and everything. But we'll be right back in a minute.
You are listening to Talk 100 with TEL-SCRILLA, D Murrow, and J Raphael. Tune in every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard
Hey D, man, I wanted to say that what I like about this, what I was just saying was that don't it seem like MJ really kind of stepping up now? That it
I would say I believe so, bro.
that it counts.
I've got
Now,
to say that.
yeah, man. Now that it
Yes,
counts.
he has.
So he donated $10 million to open medical clinics in North Carolina around his hometown, right? But didn't he just give up like $100 million for like racial stuff like last year or something like that?
Yeah, he did. And that's gonna go over 10 years.
Yeah, right.
So it'll get split up over 10 years to help towards those causes. So no, MJ has been definitely stepping up to the plate and covering some ground. Some things he didn't do before, which he admitted he was open in the documentary and everything. But now, yeah, I like that. I like what he's been doing.
Hey, it's about how you finish. You can say whatever you want to say back then, but I'm a new man today. I got LaMelo
Yeah, that's what it's
Ball.
about.
You know what I'm saying? He looking towards the future. That's what's up.
But before he started doing that, he had got some criticism, and I think he heard that and he kind of agreed with it, or figured out some way to fix that, which is a good thing, man. So that's just a good example. If you put the pressure on your politician or your heroes and the people in power or whatever, that you may be able to get some good out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
So shout out to MJ,
no doubt.
Building his legacy in the right way, doing right by the people and just, doing what he can to help. I think that's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
And hey, and hey, good luck to him on this new adventure with NASCAR. We're starting this racing team, Daytona 500. He's got Bubba Wallace is going to be the driver, primary driver, and he's gonna look to build that team, that NASCAR team going forward here this year. So we'll see what happens with that.
Black owned, baby. Let us
because hey, that's NASCAR, but it is a sport and it's something that Black people really haven't got a chance to fully tap into at all. So that's going to be a first too. So he's going to be kind of pioneering. He's pioneering that, and as well as far as having a team there. So that's a good thing too.
For sure. We also got to pass another torch in the tennis world too.
Oh man,
with old Serena taking
it's always sad, huh?
Yeah,
when you know it's time to give it up, when you know it's just the door's knocking
so
and the wall.
Naomi Osaka defeats Serena Williams.
She's a bad something else too. She is.
Yeah. I've yet to see her really play. I've seen highlights or whatnot, but I've never watched the match yet, so I'm going to have to check her out. And this was to advance to the Australian Open, right? I
Correct.
believe so.
Yes.
So, yeah, we still got some time to check her out, give her a little support.
Yeah. We'll give her a little support and see what happens, because she looks up to her. It's one of those things, too, where, hey, the person passing the torch, the person that's, getting ready to step into your spot is, you could have been their idol.
It's the Kobe Jordan, the Allen Iverson breaking the ankles of Jordan, he's
right.
eventually.
Oh yeah,
but we still different than women, though. I think it's cool to see the women supporting each other. Like right there, they hug and she cries in her face, and these are some iconic moments for women in sports. Just changing the way everything is about to be going forward in the future. You never really saw this kind of stuff, man, especially in our community.
Yeah.
Men has
just for them two to be there, just like that's what I'm saying, to be in that sport, that's amazing. Because you have the one that basically knocked the door down.
Let us see.
That excelled to heights that tennis had never seen before. That's a powerful thing. Now we just hope that Andre Agassi or somebody don't become a trans. No, I'm just playing.
Oh man.
Yeah, I see the picture, man.
And
so was that a whole team? A transgender basketball team that you sent me, man? I started to post that boy up too, but I said, no, I ain't gonna do that. They changing.
I don't know what happened, bro. I found that on social media and somebody was saying something about it, and I looked at it and it was like, it was an article. I didn't read it, bro. I just thought the picture was hilarious because it wasn't so much that, they were a transgender. It just looked like that was somebody's grandma out there playing with some little kids.
Yeah, right. Hey, but it's
That's
coming,
crazy.
though. It's definitely coming. They definitely finna do just what Ice Cube did, start forming their own little, sports teams and everything. It's coming, man. Get your
No, first they
popcorn
got to integrate with the the mainstream. It's
Well,
gonna probably be
that's going to be where the challenge may come in at. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
out. Hey,
the first transgender in the WNBA.
yeah, right.
Dunking on everybody.
Hey, it's gonna be straight people signing up to do that though. I don't see that happening, man. It's gonna be people.
You can't deny them. You can't deny what they identify as is whether they look like whatever you think it may be. If they identify as something, hey, that's what it is.
And
That's
men
the
will
rules they
dominate.
setting out now.
If you was born like that, you're gonna dominate. You got talent, you're gonna dominate the women. It's just how it go, dog. Simple as that. That's just how we made. Hey, but you know what? It's about that time, man. Appreciate y'all for checking us out. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, so you can be notified when we chop it up next week, every week. This is what we do. Sipping on a little water tonight. Heart goes out to my folks in Texas. I got family, friends down there, and luckily, most of the people that I know, D-Mar, been cool, like having stories like you, a couple nights. But I heard a guy was found dead under like 5 blankets in his home. I heard that today, man. That's crazy to me, man. Like, why?
Yeah.
I would sleep in the kitchen with the stove on before I bring the barbecue grill in the house, though. Sorry.
Yeah, they really panicked, but it's been some lessons that's learned, and hopefully some things won't get repeated and things get fixed up. So that's what we really hoping for going forward.
And this is the first time something like this ever happened, right?
Yeah, to this level, it's been a winter storm here before, but just how this got responded to, and
yeah,
everything breaking down the way that it did with the power lines and the water plants, everything freezing up to this level.
Oh, so it wasn't record temperatures.
Yeah, well, no, it was record temperatures too when it went down to like 19, 18 degrees. But it's been a winter freezing storm too. It just didn't go to this. Yeah, it just didn't go to this level. So
now, is this global warming, y'all? Skrilla,
it could be.
Is this a global warming thing?
They could have broke through something when they went to Mars and disrupted our weather, man. I don't know.
Oh man.
Hey, who knows? They say a Arctic chill blew in from the north and mixed with the Gulf, and that's what did it, and it just took over, man. It got like ice storms right above like Georgia, and you see that little diagonal line. I forget the states, but it's crazy. It's crazy times, man. Love your folks, hug your peoples, spit knowledge to each other. If you know something, share something. You know what I mean? Especially if it's inside your circle, it just makes sense. We get stronger together. We learn together. We eat together. You know what I'm saying? We win together. That just makes sense to me. Hey, before we get out of here, though, I want to give a big old salute to, our sponsors and biggest supporters, New Leaf Home Solutions in Waterford, Michigan, a premier real estate investment company which can help you make your dream home a reality. Holla at my man Skrilla if you want to know more information about that, how you can get involved. If you look at the screen right there, you can hit him up on Instagram. Also, Herbal Rotation LLC, a company which helps to draw awareness to responsible and safe herbal healing, and also helping to diminish the harmful effects of opioid abuse in society. They have a newsletter that comes out every single Monday morning at 8 a.m., 6 to 8 a.m. at herbalrotation.com/news. That's about it.
Also, sorry.
Go ahead, D.
No, I was gonna jump in. I didn't know if you just do the drop too. Also, just wanted to let everybody know too. Yeah, definitely been offline a little bit here, of course, dealing with the weather situation. So, with Real Sports Time podcast, we'll be up and going this weekend. Got a couple of basketball games, and we'll keep that going too. Getting back online, but just had to deal with this and making sure we survive and staying safe this week. So, look out for that this weekend. Real Sports Time.
No doubt. And I saw the Lakers get whooped by the Nets.
Oh man, yeah, this health issues coming in. They're rolling in now.
Hey, And Kyrie is still not my favorite person, man. But man, you just can't deny his talent. He is a straight up killer on every level. You know.
Yeah, they look good, and KD's got to come back from a little injury too. But I know he'll be all right. So. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
No doubt.
Oh, real quick, and I got to big up my man, LeBron James. 35,000 points. He's the 35,000 points. He's right behind Karl Malone and the 38,000 of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So, 18th career. Yeah, he's steady setting some milestones here. But the main thing he want to keep going after is those championships. So, we'll see what happens with the rest of the season.
LeBron James, man, a straight up freak of nature. Straight up. Hey, but make sure y'all tune back in. Holler at us if y'all got anything y'all want to say. Drop it down in the section below. We'll get back with you in a timely fashion. That's what's up. Again, I'm Jay Raphael, Talk1hunnid Network, TEL-SCRILLA, D. Morrow. That's what we do. I'm up out of here.
Peace.